I want to call to order the Historic Preservation Commission meeting for Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023. Approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve?
I move we approve the agenda.
Okay. Second?
Second.
Okay. Approved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Approval. So third item is approval of the February minutes. Any comments for approval? Okay. Motion to approve?
So motion.
Okay, second?
Second.
Approved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Public forum. Tonight, it doesn't look like we have any public forum. We're kind of off our regular schedule, so we'll just move beyond that. No one in the audience. Agenda item 5 is the update on Chapter 31 recommendations. And I will defer to Mary Jo to.
Okay. Yeah, it's up on the screen. I don't know if you want to take it and look it over and digest it a little more, or does Ray, do you have any comments on
Staff comments?
on the wording or anything? Is it way weird or?
Well, when it says in your revision under 3110 shall consider the design criteria, that is and just so everybody's aware, that's a change from what we have now. That the design criteria are code. I mean, they're requirements. It's but also in paragraph 4 below that, the one that's labeled as 4. Let's see, I handed out the current code to everybody. On one side is 31.10 and the other is 31.14 on the other side. Those are the two sections Mary Jo made some changes to. Under 4, it says shall apply the design guidelines which shall pertain to all historic preservation districts and historic landmarks, and the design criteria which shall apply only to the particular historic district or historic landmark for which they are enacted. So anyway, it says, shall apply. So you would either have to change 3 and 4 to shall consider. And then it would be, then it's optional for the commission as to whether to apply it as they are required to now.
Mhm.
Or, you can always leave it like it is too. But you'd either have to change 3 and 4 because if you just changed 1, it's inconsistent with the other.
Right, yes, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, one question I have is in 3114, since that was done specifically for the Old Town District, and is that something that the residents in the district should be notified of separately? Since that code applies specifically to the district?
Oh, you mean if it was going to change?
If we move forward with that change.
Well, that's a good
Or is
point.
just a regular public notice okay?
Well, that's a really good point.
Okay, that's something you might maybe want to check on with
Yeah,
legal at some point.
yeah, we may want to send out notice to property owners in the district.
Okay,
Yeah.
so rather than say considering the design criteria, what was that? Shall apply the design criteria or?
Right now it says shall apply. So, that's mandatory.
Yes,
And shall consider is not
Okay.
mandatory.
okay, all righty.
So, maybe you meant it for it to not be mandatory.
Wasn't that part of your reasoning, Mary Jo, was to make it not required?
Oh, yeah, I think so. It makes it more, it makes that conflict in the Secretary of Interior's and what's written in the code. Yeah, considering is more appropriate probably for, but then you said we should change it elsewhere. If we use consider in one place, we should use it in the other. So, okay. Yeah, I'm open to any suggestions because that's just what I came up with. So if you want to, if the commissioners want to look at it a little closer and see if it makes sense or, then we'll,
So Mary Jo, what we're looking at is the recommendation includes the language shall consider the design criteria.
right.
And in number 4, it says shall apply.
Yeah.
And the difference is that shall apply means it's mandatory.
Oh, that says the design guidelines.
Right.
So that has to do with,
But the next clause says
The
the design
next-
criteria.
At the next clause, it says shall apply the design guidelines and the design criteria, which shall apply only to the district, the particular district for which they are enacted.
okay, so that we need to look at
So you've
making
got
that
2
consistent.
So would the recommendation change from shall consider to shall
Well,
apply?
Can't you just put consider here? You can apply the design guidelines and consider the design criteria.
and consider design criteria.
With the Secretary of the Interior standards, you say as well as comply with, that's more mandatory than,
Mhm.
than if you said as well as consider.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to consider both, you might want to use that terminology for both. Because it sounds like they have to comply with the Secretary of Interior standards.
Well,
Is that what you meant?
yeah, because the standards are pretty much fixed. It's the guidelines that go along with the standards that allow more flexibility.
Mhm.
The standards themselves are a goal, but not a requirement, as they're worded anyway. So I think it's okay to require compliance with the standards. And then for the guidelines that are to achieve the standards, you could either say consider or shall apply, I think. So yeah, so I think I think that needs some work to kind of make sure there's consistency, and there needs to be an explanation too for, you
The
know,
distinction between what things you're,
right, exactly, because, you know, if we're presenting it to someone else, then, you know, we need to explain that the standards are a goal and that they're pretty much fixed as goals, but the review procedure allows different ways to meet those goals or standards. So I don't know, maybe that's getting too confusing, but I think that's what we're aiming for.
I think that flexibility is what you were looking for, right?
Well, we definitely want flexibility in the guidelines,
Correct.
but in the standards, I think you want to maintain the standards as those are the goals you're trying to achieve.
The
So-
Secretary of Interior standards.
The Secretary of Interior standards, yeah.
So you would want to reword?
Well, unless there's something drastic, I think it's just a matter of making it consistent and going back. If,
Let me ask this. Would it be helpful to have an explanatory paragraph that that wouldn't be in the ordinance, but maybe accompanies what we're presenting as a recommendation?
I
The
don't know.
ordinance is clear enough that wouldn't be necessary.
Yeah.
You think
that's-
not?
that's
Okay.
what I'm wondering, yeah.
Okay. Just a thought.
I mean, if everybody wants an explanation, further explanation in writing, I can do it, but if everybody so pretty much can see the gist of it and the reasons, and I think we're okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think as we're going along and presenting these pieces to the commission and discussing it, then I think our committee will probably kind of flesh things out, because I've been, you know, I'm taking notes and stuff. So I think at some point we'll have to come up with the change document along with explanation of what's
Being
being
recommended?
recommended, yeah. So I know it just seems like it's maybe doesn't make a lot of sense in pieces, but hopefully we can pull it all together.
Okay.
So one thing I wanted to mention, I checked the city of Dubuque and Iowa City and Des Moines. I checked their codes about new construction and how they regulate the new construction. And I haven't looked at this in a couple of weeks. I think Des Moines has basically just references the standards, the Secretary of Interior standards for new construction. And then Iowa City has this completely separate document that's guidelines, which I think are what we're looking to do at some point. There's the,
Mhm.
but then it goes into details with drawings and photos and all kinds of things. And I think I just looked it over quickly, but it looks like a good guide if we are going
Looking
to
for
do that.
examples.
So if you want to go to their website and look at it, but there was a whole section on new construction and new additions. So that their code then just references the guidelines. So I think if our legal department has problems with that being using a separate document outside of the code, maybe they could contact the Iowa City Legal Department or something to see if, see if they are missing something or some reason they don't want to do it. So anyway, it's done differently in different places.
So it's the City of Dubuque handbook, design handbook?
The
you say?
city of Dubuque, I didn't make a printout of anything.
No, that's okay, but that, we
Um,
can look it up online. if you
Yeah,
wanna see an example.
they did not have that detailed list of design criteria according to style. That was not in any of the three cities. That's something that is pretty unique, I think, to Ames. So, anyway, I did want to get an idea of what other cities in Iowa were doing. So, do you know of another city that might have a
Cedar Rapids
Cedar Rapids? Okay.
might have something.
I wonder do you think Davenport or any of the
Right, they
river
have a-
cities would have? Yeah,
The Fort Quad area,
yeah. Okay, so we might check a few more
Mhm.
cities. So,
Mason City.
yeah. So-
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay, yeah, Mason City would have one, I bet. So, okay.
So that'd be a
I
good,
just,
reference.
I think that's it.
Okay,
Unless somebody
so-
has questions or comments.
any other comments or? I feel
I
like
had,
we,
I had one other one on the 3110,
sure.
where it says landmark or landmark district. Should it say landmark or historic district? Under Mary Jo's changes.
In its review about like the second or sentence in there.
Yeah, about the middle there, yep.
So what do we call ours? Historic district or landmark district?
Historic district.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, we need that consistency as well, so.
So it'd be landmark or historic district, right?
Sure.
Okay,
Historic, okay.
okay. No further comments? So what's the recommendation? That we continue with refining the language and present again for final?
Yeah, I'll go over the ordinance again, but I think the certificate of appropriateness procedure was what we were most concerned about. And I really think tackling that'll be enough as far as as code amendments and maybe the definition section.
Well, I don't think we finished the certificate of appropriateness part. I think this was one aspect of the
Right. Right.
recommendations, but
Yeah.
I don't feel like we came to a conclusion with the certificate.
Well, another. I still feel like we need to explore that whether that design criteria should be in the ordinance for the district. I know it's. I don't know, Angie, you may have some idea on that as well, but for one thing, it's a lot of stuff in the ordinance that I don't know this is necessary because, that's all on the inventory forms. And so I don't know. I think that's something we just need to discuss and discuss with staff more too before we really do anything with that.
Well, maybe we could kind of chunk out a little bit on how we want to proceed. Maybe the committee could kind of get together when we go back and forth. I can see there's the certificate of appropriateness, there's the illustrated handbook kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's some recommendations through the Historic Preservation Organization, the commission's group. They have resources that also provide some examples of what we're doing. So I think if we
Mhm.
flesh that out, might be something and I think that's in our work program for 2023 too.
Yeah, it is. I think it's still in the
so-
program.
Okay.
So,
For new construction, you feel this part is,
yeah, with the changes that Ray suggested, yeah, I think, or the amendments. Yeah, one thing I think with, if we don't do anything different with the design criteria, I think there's some inaccuracies in there that bother me as far as, I know in one section it says there's 3-story buildings in the district, or one of them has up to 3 stories, and I can't think of any. I haven't seen a
Old Town?
3-story in Old Town.
I think there's,
There are
Yeah,
3-story
some.
buildings?
There are 3-story buildings.
The historic buildings?
Mhm.
They're not 2.5, they're 3?
Full stories.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Which, could you give me the addresses
Mhm.
at some point so I can look at them?
You bet.
Okay, well, then, if that's the case too, that I think that I know when we worked on this survey, there was a real misunderstanding of what's a 2-story building and what's 2.5, and that wasn't real clear for the people doing the survey and the staff. So, again, I think there's a need for accuracy if we're
Okay.
going to use that. So that's it.
so I say probably for this agenda item, we retain the information, and then I think our goal is to present all of it completed as one recommendation when we get all of our stuff together. So thanks
Okay.
for your work.
So, yeah, I think maybe a committee meeting would be a good idea now.
Okay,
So since we haven't had one in a while,
okay.
and if staff wants to be involved in it too,
Oh, they're always involved.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
We can,
yeah, if you want us there,
yeah, we do. And you can set up, get a room for us and
right,
everything.
right,
So,
yeah.
okay, all right.
All right, sounds good. So ready for the next agenda item? We'll move on to number 6, which is very exciting, the awardees for the 2023 Historic Preservation Awards Program. And after kind of it seemed like a hiatus the past couple of years, we had some interesting nominees. So I think with the memo that
Here we go.
staff provided, do you want to just go through and say a little something about them? And that way we can all, the first one is 320 9th Street. Nominee was Edie Hunter,
My name is misspelled.
Eddie,
Yeah.
Miss Eddie.
So please have one D removed.
We can fix that.
Oh, too many Ds in there.
Too many D's. Yeah. If I
Okay,
had a dime for every time that happened, I wouldn't.
Oh,
have to work.
seriously?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the
sorry
time.
about that.
Yeah. So you want me to just talk a little bit
Yeah,
about
just
it?
kind of
Okay.
give us a quick,
So
I mean, I
yeah.
looked at it up on Google Maps because the
Mhm.
weather was bad and I was a little
Mhm.
sick. But I think the people who've done it,
Yeah, did a good job. Yeah, so 329th Street, the house. Okay, so apparently they originally had a porch on the north side, which would be the front facade, and apparently that disappeared at some point after I think about 1922 or 26 because it shows up on the Sanborn map that it had a porch. So the owner, James Wilcox, wanted to restore that. So he came up with a really nice design that fit a Queen Anne style and worked very hard to, and it took a while because he was also working on a garage project that we also approved, and that took time. And then just about the time he got done with that, well, then COVID came along, and so everything just kind of got kicked down the road. So it took him quite a while to get it done, but he persevered, and it looks great. There were pictures on my application, on the application that I sent in, but we don't have those here. But anyway, if you happen to drive by 329th Street, you really couldn't tell that it hasn't been there all the time. It looks really
Did you
good.
find photographs?
He's going. Oh, there it is.
Oh, good.
Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding. So there's my lovely narrative. I looked up everybody who'd lived there. Nobody technically famous, but yeah.
There.
So that's what it looked like originally. So you can see that's 1999, looking a little,
Mhm.
need some help. And so you can see there's the Sanborn map showing the porch there on the front side. And so this is the design that he came up with and that he submitted his certificate of appropriateness for, which we approved. And so that's another early picture before the construction started.
Mhm.
And that's kind of in the middle. That's after the construction is done. But, since then, there's like even a more recent picture. But as you can see, it's very, to scale. The everything about it is just right. And I love the way that the porch is offset so it meets the front door as you go up. So, yep. If you slide down one more time, you'll see a picture that I took on a sunny but snowy day. And so that's kind of what it looks like currently. And
You
like I
did a
said,
nice job.
yeah, you drive by it and you wouldn't know that it was not
No.
original. Mhm.
You really would.
Hmm.
Very good. Very good. Well, that's so wonderful. And he's nominated for the restoration, Crown Jewel of Ames. Okay. Oops, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'll go back to that.
Okay, the second nominee is,
I have a question.
Do you want to,
sure.
did you want to talk about the category?
Yeah,
I'm not getting the right thing here. Oh, and then, okay. Okay, awards. No, that's not it. That's the one I always think it is. This is it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Crown Jewel Restoration. Does that seem like the right category
I just
For-
want to say
for this? Yeah.
that when I thought about this,
Yeah.
I did swing it by Ted Grebsted Norbrook, who basically was the one who came up with our new categories, and he agreed that this was the correct one because we are restoring something that once was there.
Because it was like shown in the Sanborn map.
Right. There are no existing pictures of what it looked like originally with the porch on it. We don't know when it came off, but the Sanborn is the
footprint.
it's the smoking gun that says that was what once was there. So I ran it by Ted because I was like not 100% sure, but he said if it was a restoration and especially where it says depicts the form, features, and characters of a property at a particular period of time in its history. And so that's what he said. And it makes a significant visual impact. That was the other thing that Ted had said. That's why he felt it.
Well, it certainly looks appropriate,
Mhm.
for the structure.
well, I don't agree.
Okay.
Because a restoration is having photo documentation.
Mm.
It's not really, I think it qualifies under rehabilitation, under the renewing the past, definitely. My concern about the restoration category is that for restoration, it usually requires historic photos and more information, because a restoration would be if you had a historic photo of the porch and you were able to replicate it. Whereas the this project to me is a rehabilitation because you're building a porch that was there, but you really don't know what it looked like other than what the footprint was. So, anyway, that is my my take on it. I mean, the inventory form said that it had asbestos shingles on it. Do you know? They're up in the gable, but not on the siding. And I wondered if the current owners had taken some siding off.
You'd have to look at the pictures again.
Yeah. Well, the inventory on the city's website doesn't have photos of when the inventory was done. So I don't know what they were talking about.
Yeah, the only thing you have is the older pictures from the assessor's website.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I think it definitely deserves an award, but I think to be accurate, the porch looks great. It's definitely a preservation project, but I just have a little trouble with it being a restoration.
So the rehabilitation description, the need to alter or add to a historic property to meet continuing or changing uses while preserving features which convey so you're feeling that is more appropriate than restoration, which depicts the character of a particular time.
Yeah, I mean, this description is not as detailed as your National Register criteria for
Right.
what is rehab. That's what I'm going on. With this description, yes, I think it's fine
Right.
for that category. But, and for this year, I think we just maybe need to redefine a restoration.
To require more.
Because, yeah, they're just, I guess, if you were to use that as a criteria, the Sanborn map footprint, if that's all you need, then if somebody else were going to do a restoration, then they would think that's all I need. I can do anything else I want on this porch.
But for the definition that's on here right
But
now,
it's
it
fine.
doesn't say anything about photographs.
Yeah, I
So if we
know.
want that to be something in the future, then
That's what I'm
let
saying.
that
I
be
think we
something.
need
that
to-
you
that's
guys
what I'm
look at
thinking.
Next year when you go out again, you can.
Right, that's
can
what
clean those up.
I'm saying too.
Yeah.
Right now, I think it is. I think it does fit under rehabilitation as well, though. So,
Do we have another nominee for that category?
I don't
think
think
we
we
No.
do.
Nope, we have 4 and they somehow by some miracle, all were 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think we have a.
Well, there's the one
Number
is-
3 is a rehab.
Yeah, we do have restoration, preservation, and.
But I
compatible
don't
new
think,
addition.
I think we can have more than one. Yeah.
Yes, we've done that in the past.
So,
Just have one of each category.
no,
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 in the
we
past
can
we've
have
had more
more.
than
We've
one
had
now.
more than one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say as submitted, we stick with what.
Yeah, then if next year you want to
Yeah.
and then we
clarify
can-
that.
No, I'm
then
fine.
let's do
I'm
it.
Define
fine
it
with
to a
that. I
photograph.
did want to bring it up. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think it's
No, I mean, I
important
think,
that we-
yeah, I mean, if you want our categories to fit more like what the
Right. Yes.
preservation standards are, then let's just, yeah.
Right.
So anyway, that was the one I did.
Okay,
You want to vote on that one?
sure.
One
We
at a
could
time?
vote.
One at a
Do we like to have a vote now on the first nomination, 320 9th Street, under the category of Crown Jewel of Ames, a restoration project, as our current preservation awards descriptions are? nominations. I guess all those in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
I
Aye.
get, do we need, oh, no, we
Go
don't need a
ahead.
motion. We're just, okay, that's fine.
I guess we could have a
We can
motion.
motion
yeah.
each one, or we can just,
Okay,
One thing, we were just voting to approve.
yes,
Okay. So all those in favor?
yes.
Aye. And then we'll accept the nominee for the first on the list. Second nomination is Dennis Jones for the rehabilitation of the Plantatorium Building at 410 Douglas, nominated by the Ames History Museum. So does anybody know anything more about this one?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
The museum submitted the nomination. It's a posthumous award. He passed away, but he did a lot to remove the cladding on the front and bring the windows back, and the sign in particular. I did not talk to anyone other than Alex, but I just, and the fact that the building went into the museum, that they saw that the building went into the museum's hands and ownership, I think is important. So, and I just thought that, that would be
Yeah.
a good nomination. Well, I called Alex to see what would be, if there was some person that we could nominate regarding that building. And he had, and then told me about the situation with the owner, and she, I don't know, he discussed it with her, and they wanted to do it a posthumous award to him specifically.
Okay, so it's
So
under the,
that's what a little bit I know about.
no, that's very good.
Yeah.
So they've submitted under the Significant Achievement in Historic Preservation, which recognizes significant individual or organizational achievement in preservation, including but not limited to advocacy, planning, development, education, community leadership, and promoting public awareness. And certainly Dennis's efforts on behalf of the Ames History Museum are pretty monumental, very significant in all the work he's done to help this. So this would be a nice recognition of someone who's done a lot to move that whole Ames History Museum forward. So I should, I guess, take a motion to nominate the Dennis Jones for the Significant Achievement in Historic Preservation Award.
I move approval.
second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That is a great example. Okay, the third item is 412 Burnett, 330 Fifth Street. Owners of the Jerry and Mary Nelson, under the category Renewing the Past, Rehabilitation. Okay. Mary Jo, you submitted this. What can you tell us about this one?
Well, it was built in 1926, and it was a Standard Oil company for from 1926 until the mid-60s, I believe, and then it changed use. Both buildings actually changed use. The corner building was for gas station with gas pumps and everything, and then the building to the south of it was used as auto repair, part of the business. Let's see, do you have the name of I didn't bring my notes on it, so I don't know if you,
Yeah, do you have her actual nomination?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
I want to see that with,
yeah.
let's see.
yep.
So, and it's now owned by,
Do you want to see the narrative or the photos first?
The photos, if we could see them.
Photos, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
That's the before.
So
Mhm.
the new design has kept the diagonal corner entry. It's kept the openings that were blocked in, but with new material, and but they've kept the proportions and everything of the openings. Removed all that on the rear building or the south building. They've removed all of that.
Mhm.
All of that. It's not, doesn't look anything like that.
Big reveal. Oh,
Um,
that's good for the application.
Yeah, that's
so
that's the north side.
that that projecting bay in the diagonal entry, I thought at first that was something added, but it is in the historic photos too. So
There you go.
You can kind of see both.
Still.
yeah, see, they've maintained those openings on the left. They're still there. So
Mhm.
anyway, there's the new.
There we go.
So the only real new addition are those panels that are above the entryways. That definitely distinguishes it as new construction, I
Mhm.
think, and I think it's very compatible with the building and the and its surroundings.
Mhm.
What business is in there now?
They have a potential tenant, and so they haven't done any work on the inside because they're waiting to make sure they have the tenant.
Build to suit.
So, yeah.
Okay, very good. So do we have a motion to accept the nomination of 412 Burnett, 335th Street for renewing the past, a rehabilitation project?
So move.
So moved. Second.
Second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And our last one is the nomination of 721 Douglas Avenue. Owner is Carly Hermanson, and the category of architecturally compatible new additions or structures. And Angie was the nominator. So what can you tell us?
Sure. So this property received a certificate of compliance or appropriateness, excuse me, March of 2021 for the new garage that was in deteriorated condition and also a porch repair. So this nomination is specifically for the new garage. It's a blue-sided building on the corner of 8th and Douglas. And I'm nominating this because the garage took into account a lot of details to incorporate itself into the area. It looks great, and they were able to upsize it and reorient it to make it work for modern cars. So it was
yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, so you mentioned owners Carly Hermanson, architect was Jason Dietzenbach of Vivek. So style, they didn't like carbon copy the original garage. They took notes from the house, like the hip roof, the width of the siding, the corner trim, and tried to incorporate that. And then, like I say, to fit the modern usage, they changed the orientation of the garage so that you could fit some regular sized cars in there. And I think if we have some pictures,
Yeah.
Nope.
we
Yeah,
can see
let's
those
see.
come up.
Here we go.
Nope.
Oops,
That's
wrong
okay.
one. Sorry.
That's good.
It's up there. I can see it.
This one.
See a tab. The 1, 2.
I don't know why it's not showing up.
It's like 721.
Okay. That says the tree. Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
There it is.
There we go.
Mhm.
Sorry about the confusion.
That's right.
No worries.
Oh, that's just the application.
Is that where the
That's
pictures are?
That's the nomination form.
I'm not sure. I don't think that has the pictures with it.
Oh.
The Word doc
The Word
that
doc?
you're mousing over, that's got the pictures.
Right in there.
That one.
Here we go.
Oh.
Okay, so the
Oh, I
upfront
remember.
pictures are of the new structure entirely. So we see the double stall, modern size, and they switched it so that you actually pull in from A Street but then turn. And they put some pervious pavers on there too, which I thought was a nice touch just of the site. And then we can scroll to the these were from the presentation for the certificate of appropriateness to demolish the original garage, which is in rough shape.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what it used to look like.
Ah,
A real improvement to the site, and I think adds character to the neighborhood.
I remember this.
Which way did the
now.
doors face originally?
I think they used to face directly onto A.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Nicely done.
Yep.
Okay, so nomination to include 721 Douglas Avenue under the category architecturally compatible new additions or structures in our preservation awards for 2023. Is there a motion?
So move.
Okay, second?
I'm going to second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye. Okay. This is really nice that we had so many examples this year. Yeah,
I think those are all good awards.
yeah, very nice, very nice. So what's the next step? We present when, in May?
There, yeah. Whoever the chair is for the Historic Preservation Commission, which will be decided at the next meeting.
Right,
We'd like the chair to come to the city council meeting, which is their last city council meeting in April, last regular meeting. It's the second Tuesday. I can't think what the date is now
yeah,
exactly. But be presented, the awards would be presented at that meeting by the mayor and the chair of the Historic Preservation Commission. And we would, of course, invite the awardees to receive their plaques at the meeting.
right, right. So, and that will be about the time when 5:15 or whatever that.
Yeah.
That might be something
Well,
like
that's,
that.
yeah, that'll be in mid-May.
Mid-May, so people could mosey on over to have a look at the recent nominees, and that would be nice. Okay,
What kind of a plaque? Is
They
it,
get a- certificate thing, don't they? Yeah.
what is the award like that they get? Is it a framed?
It's a
certificate?
wooden plaque with these brass plates on it.
Oh, my.
You know, with the describing the what the award is and who it's to, you know, and the address and or the name of the person.
That'll be nice.
Angie's checking to see if she's got a picture of hers.
Okay. Yeah, that would be nice to kind of also, you know, get a little extra boost in History Week to let people know, you know, where the recent current awardees are and stuff. So, okay. So next item on the agenda is commission comments. And does anybody have anything they'd want to?
I've got one.
Okay.
It's my last meeting, and I've had a wonderful time on the commission. So thank you all.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you. You be carrying forward?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay. You were filling.
Yeah, I was filling my
You're-
1 year. Whatever,
Oh,
so.
okay.
But I enjoyed my time.
Okay. Very good. We've enjoyed having you.
Glad to
Yes.
serve.
And
So-
I will ditto Jesse's comment. because this is my last meeting too.
Yes.
6 long years.
Has it really been that long?
Yeah, I was here longer than I was in grad school.
Okay. Well, we had a very active session this past year, and a lot of participation by all the members, and it's been a very good commission. So enjoyed it. The luncheon for the board volunteers, since we're all volunteers for this, is coming up at the end of the month, and I hope you all participate. Even those of you who are going off, you still have the rest of the month. So please consider
Yeah, and
coming to the luncheon.
just about the time I got that email, I think I just made another commitment. So
Well, darn, pass up a free lunch.
I know it's my last chance too.
It's usually pretty decent too. So anyway, just wanted to bring that up. So be sure and sign up if you can. The other thing is, I think we have to recommend if we want to go to the state meeting here coming up, right? Pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, we'll probably put that on the
I
next
think-
agenda.
Right. Now, I know next month we'll have new people and we'll also be talking about it.
Or maybe what we'll do is send out an email asking who's interested
I think
in
so.
going. It doesn't have to be an agenda item, really.
No, but I think it
Yeah.
certainly needs to be brought up in the comment section to kind of remind people or at
Yes.
least let them know, especially the new people.
Yeah.
To know. I'm hoping to go this year, I know for sure. I think I'll have put in 6 years practically, and I haven't been to a one yet. It seemed to always be when my vacation was, so it'd be nice to go. before I
Where's
go.
it this year?
Sioux City.
Sioux City,
Ooh,
yeah.
nice.
So anyway, something to keep in mind. There was something else.
Do you want an update on 515 week?
Yes,
I
I
have
do.
I have an update and I have good news and then I have bad news.
Oh,
The good news is that they switched us to Thursday night, which was actually my goal anyway, because that's like our traditional late,
Yeah,
late
that
store
is.
night,
That's when they
Yep.
supposed to usually open
which
late.
is great. The bad news is I'll be in Denver that day. I know. There I came up with this,
Eddie.
yeah, Eddie. Leave it to Eddie. Yeah. So I won't be able to be there to participate in it. So, which is like a super bummer.
Yes, it is.
Yes. But anyway, so mark your all calendars. It's 515 week. Thursday is going to be history night. It's the 18th. And I don't know exactly yet what they need from us.
Well, that's what I was wondering. You
Yeah.
have
Came up with all
kind
these
of
great ideas and
following through with this, but do we need to maybe assign someone, since you will be going off the commission, to kind of follow up or become the contact person?
yeah, there'll only be 3 of you coming back. So I don't know
Right.
if somebody wants to take that. Not that difficult. I just talked to, there's a couple people at the Ames Chamber and then Casey at the historic
Museum?
Ames History Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just kind of the people that I work with.
I
so.
think we do want to make
Mhm.
sure that somebody is the contact
I
for
will forward their-
515.
Yep, I'll forward their contact information to whoever
Right.
you'd like.
So is there going to be like a display or what is the?
Well, I think the plan is that the chamber is contacting or working with the various store owners or the people who run the stores. And the plan is that the Ames History Museum will supply those stores that want to participate with posters or photographs or information basically that they can put in their stores that explains like the history of what was there. And in the meanwhile, then there's going to be kind of like family things, entertainment things. My idea was, we have music in the parks and, if those of us who wanted to participate could be like in costume or something to that effect, just wandering the streets, like, whatever the various periods are. And even to like encourage the store owners and their employees to pick a store in their own history and be that store. So anyway, that's kind of what my goal was. Hopefully they're relaying that sort of information on into the store owners. So, or the
Okay.
proprietors.
Yeah, so is there a place for, you said something about recognizing the award winners?
Right. And so I guess, now that I work at Ames Museums, or I'm sorry, at Iowa State University Museums, the commission, the Ames History Museum, you could have tables, you could have displays, you know, and again, in those kind of park areas, because they're not going to close the streets. So, you know, just that then it, you know, you could promote yourself or promote what you do and that kind of thing. So again, I don't know what that means for the commission, but that's,
I think it would be an opportunity to provide information about the Old Town District, the walking tour there,
right,
the
all the
current award
brochures and different things that
winners,
we already have for the walking
Yeah.
tours and that. And
Right.
Yeah.
the recent work that we did for the
Survey work.
survey work. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of things that could be.
Yeah, and I don't know how exactly that could be manifested by the commission. Do you want to do a tabletop? Do you want to just have like,
Well, and that's why we'll need a contact,
Yeah.
at least for
Yeah.
some, to kind of
yeah, because
us through that. so.
just, I was so happy when they said, oh, we're going to switch it to Thursday. I'm like, yes, that was the original night. And then I thought,
No.
crap, because I have to leave at like noon that day to be on an airplane to go to Denver for a conference. And so it just, absolutely the story of my life. Mhm. So yes, I don't, you know, if I guess the commission then can brainstorm ideas of how you want to promote yourself for that event, and then kind of maybe come up with a plan of how you want to do that.
Well, forward the contact information,
Mhm.
and then maybe we can circulate and find out who, especially when we get some new people, to give them an opportunity to
And I know the
also
city has
be
a
part of
PR
a
department.
subcommittee and work on that.
Mhm.
Okay, thanks.
That's my update.
Great. That'll be here before we know it. Any other staff, commission comments? Nope. Right. Next, staff comments.
Okay.
You're up.
Well, I want to be sure and thank Edie and Jesse for your work and contributions on the Historic Preservation Commission. It's much appreciated by staff and much appreciated by the city organization, the city council. So thank you very much. Really enjoyed working with both of you, and you'll be missed.
Mhm.
And one other item, there'll be an historic preservation, well, there'll be a proclamation for Historic Preservation Month, May Historic Preservation
Mhm.
Month, at that last meeting in April. So whoever the chair is will receive that from the mayor at
Right.
the meeting. And so we'll do the
Can we all come and-
proclamation and the award.
Can all come and cheer?
Sure.
So, so that'll be a big council meeting for the commission with the awards and the proclamation.
Right, right.
That's all I have.
Okay. Well, I'd say that covers all the bases for this agenda, and it was it's some good stuff. So, motion to adjourn?
I so move.
I'll second.
Someone. Adjourn.
Nice, your last action.